All right, here is question number 6 on the chapter 14 assignment. I've already exported it to Excel. So that's what it will look like when you click on this and hit open in Excel. It wants us to calculate the coefficient of determination with an alpha of 0.05. So the first thing it wants is the coefficient of determination. And so we're just going to use our regression analysis tool. So if I go up to data, go to data analysis, click on regression, hit OK, tell it I want, that is my B range, that is my, or sorry, my Y range, and that is my X range. I'm going to click labels because I have the X and Y labels included, and then tell it where I want to output. D9 is good, so I hit OK. That gives my regression analysis output. So the R squared is actually given to me, labeled as R squared. That's our coefficient of determination, round to 3 decimals, so minus 0.421. The next thing it wants us to do is determine the null and alternative hypotheses. So for these, what we're saying is do we think that our population coefficient of determination is, it's always going to be, do we think that it's either less than or equal to 0 or greater than 0? So it's going to be A. So now it wants us to determine the critical F score. And so just like in the past where we've had normal distributions and T distributions, this is just another type of distribution called an F distribution. And the critical F score is just the F of alpha. So our alpha here is 0.05. So to find our critical F, we're just going to use, and remember, so if you think about what we're testing here, there are our alternative hypothesis is that that the population coefficient of determination is greater than 0. So this is a right-tailed test, okay? So I'm going to use equals f dot inv dot rt for a right-tailed test. And then for probability, I'm going to use my alpha, which for me is 0.05. And then there's always 2 degrees of freedom on F functions, or F distributions, and they're actually given to you here in the regression analysis. One is the degree of freedom, or DF, that goes with the regression, and the other is the DF that goes with the residual. So mine is 1 and 2. So that's going to be my critical F. That's a huge number, 18.512. Whoops, 513, I didn't round. See what happens when you try to hurry. There we go. All right, now we're supposed to calculate the F score. One of the cool things is the F score is actually given to us when we do our regression analysis. So there it is right there. Mine is 1.455. So we can see that my F score is way closer to the mean than my critical score. And so if our F that we calculate for the sample is closer to the mean than the critical score, that means we can't reject the null hypothesis, right? That means that our F score is just not, even though it's greater than 0, it's not enough greater than 0 to tell us that we can feel 95% confident. That's what alpha 0.05 means, is a 95% confidence that our population coefficient of determination would be greater than 0. So I'm going to say I am not going to reject my null hypothesis. I'm going to say, there we go. That's it. So hopefully that was helpful.